Tobin, Premier Hotel Realty, and I want to talk about the state of the market, what's happened over the last couple of years, what I see going on into the future. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. I said this several years ago when the market was screaming, it was getting better, and one of my comments was, you never know what kind of crazy thing could hit the fan and change the trajectory of the market. I certainly, and I don't think anybody else certainly predicted that COVID would hit and the ramifications that COVID had, but that certainly changed everything in the market for some period of time, and actually we still see that impact. So we're down here in South Florida, particularly the greater Fort Lauderdale area. We do work across the state, but so when COVID hit, what we saw was all the market was like a deer in the headlights. Nobody knew what to do for some period of time. People didn't know what to do operation wise. People didn't know what to do buy and sell wise. Uh, we moved through that is now, if we look back historically, fairly quickly. And Fort Lauderdale really got a tremendous benefit in the market from that. A lot of people came to Florida. Florida was open. Florida had great weather. You could be outside. So there was very little resistance to increase room rates at hotels. We had high occupancy at hotels, and I had tons of calls from investors looking for deals. There were no deals. We waited for the distress. A lot of people were waiting for distress to hit the market. The court systems were closed. Nobody was foreclosing. It didn't make any sense to foreclose. Everybody knew the reason why business was tough for a little while, why there was a hole in the balance sheets. So that distress that investors were looking for never hit the market. Owners hung on to their properties, actually ended up doing very well uh, with occupancy and rates. And and if they did sell, they got premium prices. So we saw prices really escalate. Interest rates were still low. Inventory was low for buyers, and uh, prices per unit, per room, uh, were escalating. So we had that as the initial change in the market that I saw, that we saw. Uh, and then interest rates, of course, went up. Fed started raising interest rates, which maybe affected the people that were looking for loans. We frankly didn't see a lot of effect, also because loans were so hard to get anyway. So we saw a lot of money moving from other areas of the country, other areas of the world, coming to the United States, coming to South Florida. So what we saw then was a lot of money chasing very little product. So we we didn't have a lot of transactions volume wise, but prices still escalating, still very strong. So we're still seeing that now. Hopefully, we're going to see interest rates pull back, but we hadn't seen a lot of people switching out of one product into another if they had a low rate mortgage. We saw that across the housing market and the commercial and hotel market, hotel sales market. So that brings us to today. Value is still very strong. A lot of money still chasing U.S. and particularly South Florida product, especially right now. It is January of 2024. It is cold in a lot of places in the world, so people are looking to Florida to either move. So the other thing we had going on was the internet, which obviously has been going on for a long time, but people got very comfortable when COVID hit with using Zoom, making free phone calls and communications anywhere in the world. People were actually buying properties that they'd see on Zoom, maybe do a tour on Zoom or FaceTime. So people got very comfortable with that and are very comfortable now. A lot of people moved either assets or maybe even themselves to Florida, especially from the high tax states, states with an income tax. Florida started looking very attractive, and with Zoom, with conferencing, with FaceTime, you didn't leave your family and friends behind. You could still stay very, very easily in touch. So moving forward, I see more of the same. Again, I'm on caution. Who knows what kind of crazy thing can happen? We've got of course, the war in the Ukraine, the Middle East, a lot of things going on around the world that right now have been chasing money and people to the United States, and a lot of them to South Florida. So we're going to see, I think, that continue. Interest rates are going to start ticking, hopefully either they've leveled off or maybe even start ticking downward so people can get out of their properties. We see a lot of the small independents maybe owned by people that have owned a lot of years, and see that maybe it's important to take your money off the table and not take a risk into the future. So values very strong. I think we're going to see more inventory online now that things have leveled off and they're not. The owners are not seeing a straight up trajectory in values. Uh, so for buyers that are looking to build wealth, certainly real estate is a huge avenue for them. The 1031 uh, certainly presents a great opportunity to keep investing tax-free for an entire lifetime till your heirs may get stepped up basis when you pass away. You can trade up, keep trading up, you can borrow. Talk to your accountant about all this, but you can borrow out as a non-taxable event. So there's a lot of avenues where you can create tremendous wealth in real estate. And hotels, people are traveling now. I think they're going to continue to travel. The rates globally are really strong, really, frankly, still really inexpensive, people tell me, to come to South Florida. So I think we're going to still see growth in price point, in valuation, and you're going to see a strong market continuing. So that's my 7.5 minute roughly surmisal of the market, your update, and certainly I'd be happy to talk to anybody if you're thinking about selling a property. Love to talk to you and maybe talk to you about the specifics of your property. I did some some webinars, put on some information earlier about how to maximize the value of your property when it's time to sell. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to move, if you're looking for a visa, a lot of people are buying properties in the U.S. for visa purposes or citizenship purposes. Happy to have a discussion with you about your goals and maybe see if I can help you. Rick Tobin, Premier Hotel Realty. Thank you.